with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them.
Do anything that I don't like. Every time your current come up situation, I'ma drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you. Every time.
What y'all about? I was gonna let y'all know why she got so much animosity towards me. So the reason why she got so much animosity towards me is because when you find out the truth about a person, they will start to resent you.
People will cry if they knew the truth. Like literally cry. Like cry. Cry. Cry.
The knockout soft, didn't even fight back. That's what made me mad. You cheated with this lame since 2022. You cheated with numerous others before that. You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. So you want to downplay me as an artist, and I wrote one of your biggest hits. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her.
Welcome back to StarHush, where nothing stays secret and the streets are always watching. Remy Ma and Papoose were once that blueprint couple, the ride or die love story that looked straight out of a dream. He held her down through 6 whole years behind bars, and when she came home, they had folks believing in real loyalty again. But that fairy tale just hit a brick wall. The romance? Over. The loyalty? Shattered. And now, it's all playing out in real time like a tragic hip-hop soap opera. Pap didn't just file divorce papers because he came locked and loaded with receipts. We're talking legal docs, screenshots, and full-blown expose energy. And the wildest part? He didn't just accuse Remy of stepping out with a man. He's saying she was creeping with a woman inside their house, while their daughter was just 1 room over. It's giving betrayal with a capital B. But he wasn't done. Pap went for the jugular and claimed he was ghostwriting almost all her bars. Imagine being crowned the battle queen of the Bronx just to have your ex-husband claim he wrote 90% of your rhymes. If that's true, we're not just talking about heartbreak. We're watching a whole rap legacy fall apart. Now Remy, she wasn't about to eat that in silence. She jumped on Instagram Live with her scarf tied and her tone ice cold, dragging him through every single piece of laundry, clean or not. She called him broke, bitter, controlling, and so wrapped up in his own image that he couldn't even show up as a real father. She claimed he pawned her jewelry and hadn't touched their marital bed in 3 years. She said she'd been ready to leave. He just wouldn't let go. This whole thing exploded even harder when Claressa Shields, undefeated boxing champ, showed up to the Breakfast Club looking way too calm, all while rumors swirled that she and Pap have been way closer than just friends.
We had been texting back and forth and stuff like that, but he's really he's not hard to read, but he's very like private throughout the text. And so he like, I just want to talk to you in person. So when we talked in person, that's when I was like, dang, I kind of like this dude. And he just was like so kind, so nice. And I think we had a conversation before, like, you like bad boys, the good boys. I like the good guy. Don't be all that nonchalant, look up, you the prize. Get the hell away.
She didn't even have to name drop Remy Ma. The internet put 2 and 2 together in record time. Because when Claressa casually dropped, we fall asleep on the phone every night for 4 months straight. We talked from sun up to sundown. It wasn't just giving tea. It was straight up boiling over with steam. Let's rewind and break it down. According to Claressa, she and Papoose started seriously talking early in 2023. And nah, she didn't just know him as Remy Ma's husband. She knew him as a respectful, grown man who treated her right, took her out to nice spots in New York, stayed consistent with those FaceTime calls, and even talked openly about wanting children. Yes, children. She said she's 30 now and ready to start a family of her own, and Papoose made it seem like that was part of the plan. He told her that even though he wasn't legally divorced yet, the marriage was already dead in the water, emotionally and romantically. And Claressa? She made it crystal clear. I'm not married, so I'm not the one who needs to handle that. Her vibe was calm, her delivery smooth, but the message? Loud. She believed him because he acted like a man who had already moved on. Consistent, honest, and showing up for her every day like someone with nothing to hide.
You said there's some things he needs to handle? What do you mean by that?
Say it again?
You said earlier there's some things Pat needs to handle?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
I don't know.
In his personal life.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like, but that But that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled. I just know that from my perspective, I'm with him every day. And when I'm not with him, we're on the phone every day. And we're talking and we're FaceTiming and, you know, we love each other. So that's just kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a situation and it is what it is.
I'm assuming you mean like you want to wait till the divorce is like official. Did that hold you? Did that keep you from like giving your all?
No. Not because we're together all the time.
Now here's the real plot twist. Claressa's not out here dropping hints like some side secret. She's moving like a woman in love and proud about it. This wasn't just some soft launch with blurry selfies and low-key captions. No ma'am, she said it loud and clear. She's been living her best life with Pap since August. And the way she said it, calm, cool, confident, like a woman who knows she didn't do anything wrong. She had no shame in her voice, no fear in her words, just big grown energy. She wasn't hiding and the message was loud. She felt secure in whatever was going on between them. And let's talk about Pap. His vibe been matching hers too. No defensive energy, no sneaky behavior, just cool-headed moves that got everybody raising eyebrows. If you asked them, this wasn't no fling. It was something solid.
We just sit and chill, eat and watching Michael B. Jordan. That movie Sin is Ill. When the love is genuine, you can tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song. She got that whipping feel.
Whoa!
Stole her heart like a ball player. I be getting steals, and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Real. I'm so allergic to fake people, I need some Benadryl. If we were slaves, y'all would be house in the field.
And that right there, that's what lit the match for Remy. As soon as Claressa's interview hit the net, the timeline started cooking. Folks were in the comments saying Remy really fumbled a man who held her down, calling Claressa an upgrade, and even whispering that maybe Remy was just bitter, past her prime, or mad she got replaced by someone younger and focused. That kind of talk didn't just stay online, it hit home quick. Remy definitely saw it, and she wasn't about to let that slide. Not even a few hours later, she hopped on Instagram Live and came in hot with a whole monologue. She dragged Papoose for being fake, called him a manipulator, and accused him of lying on her name. She even said he let his new little situation play house in the same spot she paid for, like this was some kind of reality TV stunt. Remy said that whole black love image, that was all his hustle, not hers.
Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, not, unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand? But I don't care what people think. Can't nobody with a revolving door on a coochie tell me I'm for the streets. I've been with the same man. I was with the same man for almost 20 years. Can't nobody tell me I'm for the street and make me feel some type of way.
And Claressa? According to Remy, she wasn't even worth a name drop. Like she didn't matter. But let's be real for a second. Claressa didn't need to spill every detail because just her presence alone blew the whole cover wide open. This wasn't just about Remy Ma losing her man. This was about Remy Ma losing the story, losing control of how the public sees her. And for someone who built a brand on being strong, loyal, and real, that cut deeper than any betrayal ever could. Remy had enough. She hit that live button and let everything loose. And this wasn't just your average social media rant. This was the whole hamper of drama getting dumped out on Papoose's head. She started off calm, talking like a woman who's been holding it in for way too long, still trying to keep her dignity intact. But the way she peeled back the layers, whew, it was clear. She wasn't just telling her side. She was trying to reclaim her name, her peace, and her power, one explosive word at a time.
Are you crazy? Can't nobody tell me, oh, you fumbled it. It's so funny watching people like, you had a good husband. He's only had one wife. The only person that can tell y'all if he's a good husband or not. And when he was, I told y'all that. I told y'all. When she was cool, when she was when it was what I thought it was, I just kept it a bean.
Remy wasn't holding anything back. She said straight up that she and Pap hadn't even shared a bed since back in May 2022. That's over a year of silence in the same house, trying to keep things low-key just to protect their daughter. But once that mask cracked, all bets were off.
Bad enough, you got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see. They'll see. I seen one of these. She was like, she said there was others. Who are they? I want to know. Do your own homework.
Remy went in hard. She claimed Papoose had been using their marriage like a brand deal, keeping up the black love image for clout because that's all he really had left. She said she already hired a lawyer last year and got every single thing signed and sealed. So what's been holding it up? According to her, Pap couldn't lock in his own lawyer, and in her words, because he can't afford to. Yikes.
The person that I married in 2008, that's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to pay for it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support.
But here's the kicker. Remy says she didn't even want a thing from him. No spousal support, no child support, no cars, no gifts. Not even the jewelry he supposedly pawned off behind her back. She said she only filed a police report after her insured jewelry went missing, including Cartier pieces. And when folks started dragging her for involving the cops, she clapped back like, what would you do if someone walked off with your diamonds and you had the receipts to prove it? Then she circled back to Clarissa without even saying her name. She called her a downgrade, hinted that she had no place to stay before Pap stepped in, and dragged Pap for letting this new girl run wild online with no boundaries. Remy wasn't just venting, she was setting the record straight with full steam.
Oh, everyone looks so much happier now. Girl, man, don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay. Tough. I literally told him, every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to in any type of way, I'ma drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them. Bad enough, you got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people.
Remy said Pap was out here trying to flip the whole script like he was the victim in some movie. She swore she'd been over it and had already mentally moved on. She even offered to pay for his lawyer just to speed up the process and get that divorce finalized. Like, how done do you have to be to offer money just to be legally free?
Need anything. Stop making these people think that I'm stopping you or anybody from being happy. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be able to walk out. I literally had somebody, I swear to you, somebody came up and was like, just stay strong, girl. I'm like,
but then she got into the real heartbreak. She reminded the world that she was the one holding him and his whole situation down. She talked about stepping up for his other kids, even when there was doubt about whether they were biologically his. She was paying bills while locked up, sending out gifts, and being the glue that held everything together, all while raising their daughter.
Somebody said, first of all, it's not about loving somebody, hating somebody, giving somebody, niggas got clout because of you. Listen, I know what I needed to do. There was no way. It's my house because I paper. All 1,000,000.3, whatever it was, I paid in cash. With my name on it only. So yes. You understand? And if you're the one, I take care of the kid, I take care of it, so I stay here. You go, you move over here. You moved on, great.
It was emotional, it was deep, and it wasn't just her popping off. This was grief. Grief for a dream she fought to build with him. A whole image of love and loyalty she sold to the public that turned into a personal trap. And just when folks thought maybe things would cool down, Papoose jumped back in. And when I say he went nuclear, I mean it. He hit Instagram Live with that cold, calm energy, like someone who'd been sitting on too much for too long. First words out his mouth, she mentioned my daughter, so now I'm speaking. And speak he did.
Even fight back. That's what made me mad. You cheated with numerous others before that. You can't keep your legs closed, man. So you want to downplay me as an artist. I wrote one of your biggest hits.
Papoose said Remy had been keeping him from their daughter for months. He claimed she was using the child to make him look like a deadbeat while pretending he wasn't even trying.
Staying out on days my daughter got to go to school. My daughter's calling, she's not answering the phone. It's like crackhead behavior. I go to where I got an idea where they at. When I walk in the room, they in their lovey-dovey. Mom! Right in his mouth off the muscle. He hit the floor like a sack of potatoes.
But then came the wildest bombshell of the whole mess. He said he caught Remy in bed with another woman.
Certain individual who she was locked up with. It's a female. I ain't think nothing of it. So I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them.
Yup. He said it was someone she used to know from before. An old friend from her time behind bars. Someone who had been staying at their house from time to time. And one night, Pap walked in and saw them. The woman dipped out fast and Remy hit him with the classic "you misunderstood." But Pap wasn't buying it. He made it clear that this wasn't about judging her for who she's into. His words were, "I don't judge, but don't lie. Don't bash other people for their lifestyle and then keep your own hidden." And then that man reached for the crown and pulled no punches. He was just getting started.
Downplay me as an artist. I wrote one of your biggest hits. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote.
Yeah, you heard that right. Papoose came with fire, claiming a whole 90% of Remy's rhymes were actually his pen game behind the curtain. From the punchlines to the flow patterns, he said he built her bars from scratch, out of love, never asking for credit because that was his wife. But now, since she's out here clowning his pockets and dragging his name, he's snatching the pen right back.
This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Everybody, and I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention.
Then it got wild. Pap pulled out actual draft emails and songwriting receipts, saying he didn't just write for her, he crafted her entire post-prison comeback story. He even claimed he took cuts on his love and hip-hop appearance fees just to elevate her screen time. Talk about sacrifices, but he wasn't done airing it out. He confirmed the rumors about Remy cheating with Easy the Block Captain, saying they went to therapy. She told the therapist it was over, then doubled back to Easy behind his back. Woo! According to Pap, Remy was living a full double life, sneaking out late, staying gone for nights, even secretly renting an apartment 40 minutes away just to do her own thing in peace. And he said he kept quiet all this time just for their daughter. He claimed he held it together and stayed in the mess because he didn't want to break up the home completely. But then came the biggest blow. Pap hinted that Remy wasn't just over him, she was over men entirely. He didn't shame her, he said. I don't judge, but the betrayal hit harder because it wasn't just about stepping out, it was the secrecy. He said if she really cared about their daughter, she never would have carried on in the same house, especially not with her secret flame, while their daughter was right there. That wasn't just infidelity. It felt like emotional neglect.
With this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her.
Now here's where things got real murky and the fans hit split mode. Some are wondering, was Papoose just speaking his truth? Or was he throwing around words like bipolar and gay just to tear Remy down on purpose? Was it pain talking or pure payback? Either way, this wasn't about love anymore. This was all-out war, and both sides were lobbing verbal grenades like it was the final round of a battle rap. After all that screaming, crying, ghostwriting drama, secret apartments, and live sessions full of tea, somebody finally picked up a pen and made a move, for real. And it was Papoose. He actually filed the divorce papers. But how did the world find out? Through a press release? A quiet legal update? Nah. It hit the streets via an Instagram story like it was a flyer for brunch. Pap dropped a screenshot of his court filing, a receipt from the New Jersey Superior Court for $325. His caption? Cold and calculated. If it was that easy, why hasn't she done it? With a little hashtag, pump faking. Then came his so-called explanation. The only reason I haven't filed previously is for the sake of my daughter. She has to go to school and see two individuals behave like civilized adults. He added, you can get a divorce peacefully and privately. That was my intention. But that wasn't even the mic drop. He ended with this. Actions speak louder than lies. You just called me yesterday trying to get back with me, and I said no. Boom. Now everybody was looking sideways at Remy's version, where she said she already filed last year and was just waiting on him to sign. So, which is it? If Pap just paid and filed, was Remy's story cap? Did her lawyer drop the ball? Or was Pap just playing the social media chessboard like a pro? The fan base turned into a courtroom. Team Pap claimed he was only protecting his daughter's peace and dignity until Remy aired him out, so now he had no reason to hold back. Team Remy said he didn't take legal action until he realized she wasn't playing and saw him cozying up with Clarissa Shields. And just when it looked like Pap made the power move, Clarissa jumped back into the spotlight, posting "Sign them papers, sis," with the type of energy that made it clear she's not going anywhere. But Remy wasn't falling back either. She slid back online with screenshots and receipts of her own, text messages from Pap himself while he was in Africa, casually texting about the weather, asking how things were going, and sending videos of their daughter like everything was all good, like they hadn't just been on IG Live dragging each other. Remy took it straight to the gram with a message aimed directly at Clarissa. In her story, she posted, "If you just turned 30 and allegedly just met someone 8 months ago, that is 47 years old, that I've known since you were 10, and he has 4 biological children, and is now promising you a baby, while just now agreeing to divorce. Please refrain from speaking." Whew, that wasn't shade, that was thunder. At the same time, Papoose was out here doing lives, throwing wild claims like confetti. He said Remy was involved in some real scandalous situations, talking about group situations with other women happening right in the house while their daughter was home. He accused her of living double lives and dragging his name through the dirt with lies about ghostwriting and being broke. This ain't your regular messy breakup. This right here is full-blown scorched earth, no survivors left standing. And the most heartbreaking part, caught in the crossfire is a 6-year-old little girl just trying to be a kid while her parents are airing out decades of drama in front of millions. The internet is eating it up, but nobody's thinking about what that child must be going through while this all unfolds on timelines and live streams. Let's keep it all the way real. Remy and Pap were never just husband and wife. They were a whole movement. They were the face of black love, the couple people pointed to as goals, the prison letters, the visits, the way Pap stood by her through a 6-year bid without missing a beat. He was in every red carpet photo, every interview, right next to her, smiling like the proudest partner alive. He held it down, raised her kids, allegedly stayed faithful through everything, and the world respected that. It felt rare. It felt real. But that perfect picture? It's got cracks now, deep ones. Because instead of healing privately, they turned their whole past into a battlefield. Instead of letting go, they're using receipts and reputation like ammo. And now Papoose is claiming he wrote most of Remy's bars, crafted her whole post-prison comeback, and gave up his own shine to build hers. On the flip, Remy's saying Pap been broke, She offered to cover the divorce just to end the cycle, and he still couldn't come up with a lawyer. And now, on top of all that, Pap's saying she kept their daughter away from him and lied about who she really is for years. Remy's saying he's bitter, controlling, and didn't start moving until she pushed him out the door. It's like watching a love song get played in reverse. Each lyric that used to sound sweet just hits darker now, and all that black love branding, might as well toss it in the trash. Because whether they were ever truly in love or not, one thing's for sure, they turned that love into a business. From TV shows to interviews to music videos, they sold the dream. Now that dream is cracked wide open, and the public sitting here asking for a refund. We got Remy saying she held it down all by herself, Pap saying she owes him everything she built, and in the middle of it all, a little girl just trying to grow up without the internet, watching every piece of her parents' relationship blow up like a firework in slow motion. It's all out in the open. Screenshots, stories, IG lives, nothing private anymore, just content made from heartbreak. So here's what I want to know. When love turns into content and when the brand falls apart, who really wins? Is this about truth or revenge? Do you think Remy really crossed the line with someone else in the house? Or is Pap spinning that narrative to hurt her where it stings? And if Pap really ghost wrote Remy's biggest verses, was he wrong for staying quiet this long, or right to finally step into the spotlight with the truth? And here's the biggest question of all. Was it ever real? Or was black love just a carefully packaged brand with a beautiful bow that's finally come undone? Team Remy? Team Pap? Or are you team protect that little girl? Let me know. But if you stuck with me this far, you already know what time it is. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Turn on those notifications so you never miss the next twist, because you know I'm bringing you the facts, the drama, and the real tea every single time. I'll see you in the next one, my stars and hushers.